Welcome back, dear students, to another video on compound interest using formula. So this is my second video on exercise 3C. The first question for the day is question number 6, which says, at what rate of interest per annum will a sum of rupees 62,500 earn a compound interest of rupees 5,100 in 1 year? The interest is to be compounded half yearly. Okay, so see here, for half yearly, right? So if the interest is compounded half yearly, your amount becomes this much. So this is your amount. So that's why your compound interest will be amount minus principal. All of you know that. Yes, so directly I am using this particular formula. So compound interest is amount minus principal. Okay, now let's see what are the things that are given. So you need to find what is the rate of interest. Okay, right. So principal, okay, so principal is given to be this much, and interest, that is compound interest, is given to be this much, and number of year n is given to be 1. Okay, so that's why compound interest is this much, principal is this much, rate is not known. 2 into 100 becomes 200. 2 into n is 1, right? So 2 into 1 is 2, minus, principal is this much. So you bring this to the left hand side. Okay, so you get, or when you get it here, this and this will get added. So when you add them, you get this much, and you are left with this in one side. Okay, so in one side we have this, another side we have this. So bring this to the denominator. Okay, so when it comes to the denominator, I see that these two gets cancelled. Yes, so you get 676 by 625. Now the power is 2 here, isn't it? So you can do one thing. If you write only 1 plus r by 200, you can take square root here. Okay, or else you can express this in the power of 2. So if you do that, okay, or if you take the square root, then you get 1 plus r by 200 here, and square root of 676 is 26, square root of 625 is 25. Okay, now from here you need to calculate the value of r. So bring 1 over there. After simplification, take 200 over there. Then after simplification, you find that r will be 8%. Okay, so that's why your rate of interest is 8%. Pause the video and note down the solution. Let's have another question. Question number 7. In what time will rupees 1,500 yield rupees 496.50 as compound interest at 20% per year, compounded half yearly again? Okay, so given is this data. Now since interest is compounded semi-annually or half yearly, your interest formula becomes this much, like earlier one, amount minus principal, right? Okay, so let's put the value now. So we have compound interest is given to it this much, p is 1500, rate is given, but this time time is not given, so it will be kept as it is, n is kept as it is. So we have this, so bring it over there. So you have this in the one side, 1500 and 496.50. When you add them, you get 1996.50. So bring this 1500 to the denominator, and when you simplify this inner part, you get 11 by 10, and n into 2 is 2n, and you get this much, right? 1996.50 divided by 1500. Now when you simplify this, after removing decimal and do the cancellation, you get this to be equals to 1331 divided by 1000. Okay, now if you factorize this in terms of 11, this becomes okay. So I'm sorry, I have not written here. So what you can do is, this will be equals to 11 cube. Okay, 1331 will be 11 cube, and 10,000 can be written as 10 cube. So 11 by 10 whole cube can be written. So this is equal to how much? 11 by 10 whole cube. Okay, so See, we have 11 by 10 here, we have 11 by 10 here. So here the power is 2 and here your power will be 3. So that's why when you compare, you get 2n is equals to 3. And from here, what will be n? N will be 3 by 2, which is 1.5 years. So the required time is how much? 1.5 years, right? Pause the video and note down the solution. Let's have one more question. Question number 8. Calculate the compound interest on rupees 3,500 at 6% per annum for 3 years. The interest being compounded half yearly. Do not use mathematical table, so use the following information, necessary information from the following. Okay, so we'll make use of these, right, in our solution. So let's not look at this, let's look at only these things. So you need to calculate compound interest, principal is given, rate is given, and time is given. And you have to use the interest being compounded half yearly formula. So these are the things given to you. So your amount formula will be this much, right? So this will be your amount formula for compounded annually case. So your compound interest will be amount minus principal. So let's find it. So P, okay? So you see P and P both can be taken outside. So when you take outside, you have this much here minus this P went outside. So only 1 is left. Okay, so we have P is 3,500. So R is 6, N is 3 minus 1. So let's simplify this quickly, right? So when you simplify this, this becomes 103 by 100. 3 into 2 is 6. So power contains 6. So we have minus 1. So 103 divided by 100 is how much? It is exactly 1.03, right? So this is 1.03 to the power 6 minus 1. Now, what is the value of 1.03 to the power 6? We have just find the value where it is given. So it is given to be at last. So 1.03 to the power 6 is this much. So let's substitute the value to be this much. Now 1.194052 minus 1. So when you find the difference, it becomes 0. See, my 1 and 1 gets subtracted. So you are left with 0.194052. So when you multiply this with 3,500, your answer turns out to be rupees 679.18. So this will be the compound interest on rupees 3,500 at 6% per annum for 3 years if the interest being compounded half yearly. Okay, you may pause the video and note down the solution. Thank you very much.